Court's in session. The Honorable Elwood Brown presiding.
All right, this is a matter of Kernicki versus John. Are you William Kernicki?
Yes, sir. I am William Paul Kernicki.
Are you Shelley Young?
Yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Kernicki, go ahead with your motion.
Your Honor, I've filed this motion before the court today to ask for full physical and full legal custody due to Ms. John's continued noncompliance with court orders. Since our last court hearing, the safety and security of the child, I think, has been compromised. He hasn't gone to school. He's been posting public TikTok videos of lighting fires in his room and extinguishing them, vaping. I haven't seen my son since February 16th. Last Monday, I was able to pick him up with a police officer. He said that his brother Jacob had punched him in the face. Police were called. There's no marks on Christian, but Christian's been with me since Monday. He's attended all his Zoom school meetings, been dropped off at school twice for testing, and seen his counselor. I believe it's in his best interest to be with me and have the court decide parenting time for Miss John. Also to be enforced by police through court order due to the non-compliance.
All right, Ms. Young, what do you have to say?
For one, the TikTok is fake, and you can tell by the pictures that he sent to the courts. It's all filters from TikTok. The police could tell that they were filters. And Christian was sent there Monday because he was stabbing my vehicle and put holes all in my vehicle and trying to stab one of his friends with a fake knife. And he was supposed to be disciplined, and I found out from Christian he was never disciplined, and the cops told him he was supposed to be disciplined if he came and got him. The cops decided that it would be best because of how he was behaving that he went there. And also Christian is alone with Miss Elena Kernicki, who is not supposed to be left alone with, who has threatened to kill him and has also broken his finger. And there is a police report regarding her threatening to kill him. And besides, her counselors have told Mr. Kernicki she is capable of doing this. And I have been working around the clock every week with his counselor on what to do with him as far as with schooling. This has been going on since preschool. It's nothing new. And Mr. Kernicki knows that.
All right, Mr. Kernicki, your response?
My response to Miss John, about my daughter Elena, everything she said is untrue. It is also not in the current court order. He is allowed to be left alone with Elena, and there's been no circumstances to prove otherwise. I spoke to Christian about what happened at the house at Miss John's home. Seems to be a toxic environment over there for Christian. He does not misbehave that way at my home and in my presence. We had meetings with his counselor. I've been in close contact with his counselor all along. He had a quiet Zoom meeting with her on Tuesday after he did all his schoolwork and had gone to school for his testing. Christian just doesn't behave that way at my house. And it's been an ongoing environmental issue for Miss John at her house. The false allegations, the things that go on at that home, I don't know for sure. I'm not there, but it really seems to have a huge effect on Christian. As far as discipline went with Christian, we had a discussion about it. Christian insists that Jacob did punch him in the face. Jacob made accusations that he wanted to bloody his nose. It sounds like the officer told me that they had a scuffle and felt that my son should be disciplined for part of the scuffle. And I've had a discussion with Christian about his behavior with that, on how to act and how to behave.
All right, let me just say this. First of all, I just had a full evidentiary hearing on a motion such as this, and I heard evidence and I made a decision. And that was entered, the order from that hearing was entered on March 25th, this past March. Less than a month later, Mr. Kernicki, you're filing this motion. Now, I heard all of this before, and I made the decision based on what the evidence was presented to me. Nothing's changed. The only thing that I could consider, even if I was to grant your motion and have a hearing again, is anything that happened since the 25th of March. Everything in your motion had to do with matters before that, which is everything I heard to make that decision to begin with. And all you're basically doing here, Mr. Kernicki, is saying, I don't like the decision you made, Judge, and it needs to be what I asked for to begin with. Now, if your child is being threatened or endangered, you have every right to file a complaint with the Department of Health and Human Services and have them investigate. That's what their job is. But just because you don't think that the order that I got is the best for your child doesn't mean I'm going to change it. Because this was based on the evidence that I heard in court, not on the allegations you're making now. And I'm not simply going to just change it because of that. And nothing's occurred that would warrant changing this. If you have a judgment, an order that was entered, if your complaint is that it's not being followed, then file a motion with the friend of court for that non-compliance. That doesn't mean you get to change custody. So for those reasons, I find no basis upon which to grant this motion, and it's denied. That's it.
Sir, can I speak?
No, you already did. That's all. My decision's been made.
I just